When she first left Kenya, she was only 9 years of age, and being so young, she did not know what to expect or what life had in store for her. But 13 years later, and Leah Wanjugu is not only a fashion designer, but her designs have also featured in the prestigious London Fashion Week. She is currently based in the United Kingdom, and this is her story.
If you're not passionate about something, you can't really succeed because you don't care about it. And I was like, are you going to be miserable for the rest of your life, or are you going to do what you want to do?
It is 9 a.m. on a chilly Nairobi morning as I meet up with 22-year-old Leah Wanjugu while in the company of her cousin Rose.
Hello.
Leah, how are you? Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, karibu Kenya.
Sana.
Naona Kiswahili bado iko.
Bado iko. Naongeanga na wewe Kiswahili.
Leah is currently on a 2-month visit of her homeland, and she clearly cannot hide the joy and excitement of being back home. She wastes no time in showing us what she has been up to in the fashion industry back in the United Kingdom.
It was inspired by grime music, so that's a genre in the UK.
Leah has been living abroad since 2006, and she reminisces on the time when she was still domiciled in Kenya and living in Pangani.
I was young, so life was easy. Life was really easy. It wasn't the way life is now. You don't really have a lot of money stress, and you're kind of free to think for yourself. And at that time, you still don't know what you want to do when you grow up. You want to be anything.
Although life was pretty easy for Leah, she was raised by a single mother, and Leah's mother had to work hard to fend for her child. This eventually saw her relocate to Maidenhead in the United Kingdom in search of a better life, and a 9-year-old Leah soon followed.
I think it's just easier sometimes if you're a parent to relocate first, so you understand what's going on, because it's a drastic change to come from a family, having family around and being in a different culture, to move somewhere completely new with a child. So you kind of need to prepare yourself before you bring your child. You don't want to be struggling with your child. When I first learned it was cold, that's the first thing I remember. I wanted to come back. It was difficult for me because I was the only black girl in my school. So it was kind of difficult for me to adjust with standing out, because I was never really used to that when I'm here, because everyone looks like me or close enough like me. So it took me a while to adjust to it.
In addition, the education system was also another challenge for her.
You kind of have to grow up quicker. That's one thing that I learned about going there. Like, people always think it's easier, but I had to grow up very, very quickly and deal with financial crisis in a very young age. Even when you're towards the end of primary school, they're already asking you, what do you want to be? Because all the subjects you're going to be doing are based on your career.
Unfortunately, Leah could not even find solace in the Kenyan community already living there.
Most of the Kenyans I met were older than me. We're not really going to be best friends, calling each other every day. So they're older and they had kids who were younger than me. So I was kind of in the middle.
But Leah didn't let this put her down, and in no time she completed her primary and secondary education and was ready to join university. She enrolled in the University of Northampton for a course in fashion and design, a course that she had all along been passionate about, but knew if she had remained in Kenya, it would have been difficult to pursue.
I was always creative. Even when I was little, I was always creative. I wanted to be an artist, but the society wouldn't allow it. Because you don't really hear a lot of people saying, I'm going to uni to do fashion. And everyone being like, yay, it's going to go great for you. It's always like, oh, maybe you should, do a different course, and then you can have that as a backup plan just in case it fails.
We will find out more about Leah's story right after our Miles Away segment. Today on Miles Away, we tour the town of Maidenhead, where Leah lives. Located in the southeast of England, it's approximately 40 kilometers from London. Maidenhead is part of the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead, which has a population of about 150,000 people and is currently led by Councillor Simon Dudley. The market town is filled with a number of historical landmarks and scenic places. one of which is the Sounding Arc that was designed in the 1930s. Built from bricks, the railway bridge is about 9 meters high and crosses the River Thames. There is also the Maidenhead Heritage Centre that overflows with interesting artifacts regarding the town's history. It is interesting to note that the current Member of Parliament for Maidenhead constituency is also the current Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Theresa May, who recently visited Kenya. And that's miles away.
I remember when I did my final collection, I thought I was going to sell it. I couldn't. I couldn't sell it.
Leah Wanjugu, who has been living in the United Kingdom since the age of 9, had just decided to pursue a career in fashion and design and joined the University of Northampton. And contrary to common belief, the course was not a walk in the park.
Maths is also even involved. Your body's got angles. It's not a brick. Everyone's body is different. You know, like even if someone might have lower shoulders, some people are taller at the top. Not everyone's the same. People are different weights. So it is, and you have to scale it down, bring it up. And if you change one thing, you have to change the other. So maths is involved. It is a lot of hard work.
She also adds that fashion is more than simply making clothes.
You start off with your research. So you decide what concept you want to do. From there, once you've got enough research, you've got enough context, you start to draw your observational drawings. And from those drawings, those are where your designs are going to be coming from. That's your main inspiration. From there, you're going to see if the ideas work, and then you start designing your collection. From your designing your collection, you make your prototype. Then that's when you make your final collection.
This passion for fashion saw her graduate in 2017.
Leah Wanjugu.
But her talent and hard work did not go unnoticed. In the same year, she received an opportunity to showcase her designs during that year's London Fashion Week. Leah admits that living abroad has contributed to the person she is today.
I do believe that it's made me more of a stronger character, because people don't understand how important family is. And I realized that when I went there, because even little holidays like Easter, it will just be me and my mum, unless I come back, or I'll be in uni studying, you know. So I think I've achieved to become stronger.
At such a young age, Leah is already making strides in the fashion industry, working with renowned names like Omer Assem, a celebrated African designer. But with all her success, she can never be able to replace Kenya.
It's impossible. I don't know how some people go and never come back. I don't know how they manage.
She further believes that going abroad at a young age was the best decision ever made for her, as opposed to relocating when older.
I think when you're younger, you kind of adjust quicker. You know, like how a child will learn a language easier than an adult. So like I always think of children like sponges. They absorb things really quickly. They adjust to different environments very quickly. But as an adult, you kind of already know what kind of life you want. So it's difficult for you to be outside your own box and change your perspective.
And this is what she has to say to all those fearing to dare abroad on our Diaspora Bite.
Discrimination's everywhere. It's not just about color. People discriminate people with religion, tribes. I feel like even here people are still discriminated. It's not just because of color, but people always forget that there's discrimination everywhere, and you can't just, you know, stop yourself from doing something over your own fear on how someone else thinks of you. You can't change everyone in the world.
Leah says that her love for Kenya still remains despite the fact that she is currently living in the United Kingdom. And it is a wish that more opportunities are created back home to enable young Kenyans who wish to follow in her footsteps. Until next time, I'm Michael Tsimangi.